Hello, good morning YouTube, and in this video I'm going to show you how to reuse some old bait, make it into some bait parcels that you can then fish with, saving you money on buying new bait all the time and allowing you to reuse, to put different cocktails together. So let me show you what I mean by all this. So basically what I've done over the last few weeks, as you can see there, I've got two whiting. I bought these home, they died. I bought these home but I never got around to filleting them. So they're going to be used for bait. And then look at that slop in there, all that juice, horrid. We've got old worms, squid. I've been putting that in the freezer. There's mackerel in there and everything. Doesn't actually smell that bad, but does look it. What I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to do, pair of old bait scissors there. I'm going to start chopping all this stuff up into small pieces. Now, I mean, if you've got a designated blender, that's ideal. You can do that. But I'm just going to get these in there, chop up all these pieces. So it's not, I don't want it to be mush, but I want it to be smallish. Well, I'm happy with that. There we go. Tray of chopped up bait. Any big bits that I find, I will just chop up a bit more, like that bit of squid there. And then what I'm going to do is chop these whiting up, add them to the pot. Bit in there, I can see it. Don't want it too small, but I don't want it too big either. There we go. So then I can start chopping these up. Add these in. Lovely. Right, yes. Best to have a bit of kitchen towel around just to wipe your hands while you're doing this. There we are. So there we are. I've got a nice big pot of fish bait, basically chum, but it's not that liquefied. There's some solids in there. There's some bits of sand eel. Now I'm just still giving it a little bit of a chop. So I've been chopping for about 5 minutes now. There we are. And I'm happy with the consistency, I think. Like so. I'll mix this all in. Lovely jubbly. And then, basically, some time to make some parcels. And what I've got is Fox armour mesh. And I've got the 14mm, so it's the thinner version. So, open the armour mesh up. First thing you need to do, on the bottom of the armour mesh, this is how it comes. I'm going to tie a overhand knot there. Nice and tight. Cut off the excess, like so. And then, sorry to say, this is where it gets a little bit yucky, because you're going to have to use your hands and you can start stuffing some of this down. And you need to experiment at first to see what size or amount of gunk you're going to put in there. So let's go with that for now. Plunger that down. Hold it tight at the end, and as you can see, look, it all starts oozing out. Now I want it just to start coming out a little bit, like that. Don't want to push too hard so it all starts coming out. I want to push enough. Now, I don't want much more than that. There we go. That's where we are. What I'm going to do, take that there, push that down, and then we have one parcel of lovely fish bait. I'm going to twist that off there. And cut the armour mesh. An overhand knot. Doesn't have to be as neat as you would do when carp fishing with this, because you don't have to burn the ends or anything. Slide that right down onto the bait, like so. There we go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and I'll make a load of baits like this out of armour mesh, filled up with this fish stuff, and then I'm going to stick them in the freezer. So let's carry on. And here we have it, 27 baits in there, all wrapped up in armour mesh. There's a mix of bluey, mackerel, whiting, ragworm, lugworm and sand eel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze these now, and then hopefully I will be able to use these to catch some fish. So let's see if they work.